Look, I'm gonna be real. I don't think I ever fell in love. You know that Dodie song? It literally goes, I think I've been telling lies because I've never been in love. And I felt that. This song came out like many years ago, but I felt that in my bones. I think I've been telling lies because I've never been in love. If you haven't heard it, go listen to it. Dodie, when? Check it out. But like, I relate to that song so hard. It'll all be over and I'll still be asking when. That's another lyric. Like, it'll all be over and I'll still be asking when. When is it gonna happen? When is it gonna happen? When am I gonna feel all the things that I never felt growing up? And I think that's like a very common, if you're autistic, if you're neurodivergent, especially late diagnosed, and like you didn't know what was wrong with you, a lot of us, like, we really didn't have those experiences growing up that a lot of people take for granted. A lot of the emotional experiences that other people have just so easily, in terms of human connection, in terms of dating, relationships, love, all of that. Like, I saw my relatives, my friends just having it so easily and taking it for granted almost. And then I've mostly been alone, and even when I did have connections with people, it was like it didn't feel real almost because I didn't feel real. Like, this is the thing about I'm learning about autistic unmasking is once you unmask, once you become your true self, you realize why it never felt real. Because people were trying to connect to me, but they couldn't connect to me because I wasn't there. It's like I'd left the building, you know, I'd become a false version of myself, and that's why I couldn't connect with anyone. Sometimes there's even photos of myself, I'll look back and my eyes look blank. Like, my eyes look like there's nobody in, you know, no one's, what is it all? Like, lights are on, but nobody's home. That's me. And that's like the autistic stare that a lot of people refer to sometimes. It's like, the lights are on, nobody's home. I think it's a level of dissociation you get to when you're constantly masking like your true self, and it's exhausting. Like, it took all of me, it took all of my energy to mask to that extent when I was growing up, just to be like slightly socially acceptable, just to come across slightly more normal or neurotypical, you know. After I learned about autism, I started intentionally unmasking. It was really scary. At first I thought everybody was gonna like think I was an alien or something like that. It was less scary than I thought it would be, but I started doing that like maybe 2 years ago, and only now am I starting to feel like a real person for the first time. Like, only now am I starting to feel like I'm not pretending to be a person, that I am an actual person. I always felt like really jealous when people just had personalities, because I was like, how come they just get to like have a personality and I have to like fabricate one? I know it sounds really weird. If you're not neurodivergent and you're not relating to this, like, I don't blame you, you can click off. But if you do relate to this, no wonder we never got to experience those things with other humans, with other people. Like, we were the untouchables. Like, we were the unconnectables, you know, like, because if you're not real, if you're not your true self, then people are trying to connect to a mask, and that's really difficult. And most people won't put in the effort to even try to get to know like what's under the mask. They just take it at face value, and they just think you're kind of weird and move on, you know. There was this guy who asked me out when I was like 15 years old. I was in boarding school in Vancouver, and he was like trying to have a conversation with me, and he just went, something is different about you. He didn't say weird, he said something is different about you. I didn't know what that meant back then, but I was like, oh, like, sorry. In my head I'm like, I'm trying so hard to be normal. Like, I'm sorry. Nothing ever happened with that guy because I was gay, but he was the first guy who ever liked me enough to like even talk to me. So I just thought that was funny that he was like 10 minutes in, he's like, something's different about you. Oops. It'll all be over and I'm still gonna be asking you when is this gonna happen. And I'm 30 now, And I feel like I've never been in love, which is hilarious because this entire channel is a couples channel. That's what it started out as. And it's like the documentation of my previous relationship online. And yet I still feel like I haven't tasted real love. I haven't tasted that level of like reciprocal love, almost, I want to call it. Because I was always like, I think I was always too much due to the sensitivity that comes with autism. I feel things very deeply, and I really wish I could feel that with somebody who could also feel things more deeply. I think that's when it would feel real, like, and I wouldn't feel like I'm being too much by, I don't know if the age gap had anything to do with it, but like I was the one who always wanted to have sex. I was always the one initiating, right? And I know it's not all about sex, but like, come on, it's a huge part of it. And I would get rejected all the time. And I wouldn't stop. I would keep trying. Like almost every day I would try because I felt it. I want to express that love in some kind of way. And I'm not very good with my words. I have a hard time communicating. Like that's something that doesn't feel real to me. I want to express it physically. That's what I'm better at, I think. I'm a little bit more animalistic when it comes to connection. And I think there were things she wanted from me that I just couldn't give because I am autistic, that like some ways that neurotypicals connect, it just doesn't translate for me. I don't feel connected in that way. Like she wanted to go out places together and do things together and just be normal, I guess. But I don't feel connected in this way. I just feel uncomfortable and anxious all the time. So I don't want to be normal. It doesn't feel good. I want to be my weird self with somebody who just like, who can appreciate that. And I can say that now, but I don't think back then I could have admitted to that. I was just trying my best to keep up with the punches, you know. I was masking, I was trying my best to give what I felt like the relationship needed from me, but at the same time, I wasn't being real, and I wasn't being true to myself and what I would actually like and prefer. Genuinely, all I wanted was, like when we were on vacation and staying in nice hotels, like, let's enjoy the hotel room. I don't want to go out. Like, there's a pool, hot tub, love it. There's a beach, sure. But, like, after the beach, after the meal, like, come on. That's how I communicate my love. That's how I connect. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's just that it wasn't a match. It wasn't the right match. And that's why I feel like I've never been in love. Because my love was always rejected. And maybe that's how they felt as well. Because I couldn't speak their love language either, probably. I don't exactly know what that was. So probably, yeah, most likely. But anyway, this is a huge ramble at this point. If you're still watching, thank you. Thank you for hanging out with me. Sometimes I just need to like talk things out, you know. But I feel very lucky that I have everything I need in life. Like, I'm not going to be homeless. I have amazing family, like, to thank for that and their support. Like, I have a healthy body. Oh my God, did I forget to mention that? I have a healthy, strong, functioning body. I'm ever so grateful for that. And yeah, the only thing I don't have, it's not sex. It's real love. Because for me, it's all connected. Like, I can't just have sex with random people. It wouldn't feel good. That's why I can't, like, do hookup culture. It is kind of sad, though, to think that I'm 30 and, like, I still haven't really tasted the real thing. I just feel like I've had a preview. I mean, I've had a pretty good preview, but it's a preview. Like, it always leaves you wanting more, you know? I want the real thing, you know? I want the real meal. I want to feel satiated afterwards. Like, I don't want to be constantly, like, begging. God. That's actually, like, what it felt like. Not gonna lie. Anyway. It is what it is. If you relate to this, let me know, especially if you're autistic as well. I just think it took me this long just to become a person. And that's why I haven't had all those experiences that I wish I could have had, like I saw everybody else having, and I just hope that I'll be able to make up for it someday. That it's not like a whole life that's wasted. It's just, the first 30 years, it was kind of slow. It was a slow build. I hope it's gonna build up to something good. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in my next video.